What's up, guys? So I have something really special here. Special to me, at least. I don't know how everybody else feels, but for me, when I started collecting knives, I always dreamed about having knives that were, incredibly artistic, incredibly just stunning. But obviously at the time, I just didn't have the financial capabilities of getting those knives when I had started collecting. And then obviously I got into, I created this business and I've started selling knives, and now having high-end knives in inventory is not that big of a deal. I mean, I still often don't have like really high-end stuff. Like I generally don't carry anything higher than probably like $300. Not to say I don't want to, it's just still starting out, still trying to, make good margins, all that stuff. But this knife I just couldn't pass up. To me, it was unique. It's something I never stocked, and I wanted to offer something to my client base, who a lot of the people who collect and buy knives from me have tons and tons of knives, and so it's really hard to find stuff that they don't have already. And I was like, maybe, just maybe, somebody doesn't have this. So without further ado, I'm gonna show you this, and I'm gonna try and manually focus the camera. I tried auto-focusing the camera. I tried recording this a few minutes ago, and the camera just would not autofocus. So I'm gonna try manually focusing this. So please bear with me just for a second. So I'm gonna focus this manually and see how this goes, so that way you guys can read what this is. There we go. Probably helps if I have it the other way around, huh? Yeah. The light is just way too... Anyway, it's a Remette Kestrel. Let me refocus the camera for you guys. There we go. Okay. These retail for, I think, $400 to $450. Somewhere in that price range, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the exact price off the top of my head. I just know that it's somewhere in that price range. So this is my first impressions of it. I just wanted to unbox it with you guys and share how my first impressions with the knife. I'm not going to be keeping this. I'm going to be selling this. Hopefully some lucky individual from my client pool will be, lucky to pick this up, but I have never figure out how to open this without destroying anything. How does this open? Okay, I don't think it opens that way. Does this open from the bottom? No? Okay. Does it open... How does this open? Wow. Does that slide out, I guess? Is this supposed to... Ah, okay. We're figuring it out. Okay. Alright. I'm sure someone's probably watching this like, you're a fucking idiot. It opens that way. Okay. Man, this is way too cool. Really like the packaging. I'm a big fan of Remette. I only have one of their knives. I only have the Rhino. But I love the knife. I love what the company's doing. This packaging is... I love it. It's pretty bare minimum, but it's still very nice. So let's open this up. Oh, wow. Woo! Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that. So this is so it's Timascus. So Timascus pocket clip. Here, let me refocus the camera and show you guys up close here. Make sure, hopefully this allows me to do so. I should probably just put the camera back in autofocus. Would make my life easier. Autofocus. Alright. That is absolutely stunning. Wow. Wow. Whoo! Look at that. Wow. I think, yeah, okay. I was like, I wanted to say the blade seal is M390. No, it's S35VN. Let's see if I can get it closer so you guys can see. S35VN. I believe so. This is titanium. So titanium scales with Damascus inlays. So Damascus thumb stud, Damascus inlay around the pivot, and accents all up through the handle, along with a Damascus pocket clip. This thing is absolutely stunning. Let me see if I can get another light source going here. I know the lighting's not the best. One second, guys. Bear with me. Okay, let's try this. It's gonna be a little bright. Apologies. There we go. There we go. Let me turn that down a little bit. That is like obnoxiously bright. There we go. Now you can see, oh yeah. That is so cool. That is so cool. Wow. The Damascus is kind of dark, I will say. I know it's kind of hard to see with the lighting, with this like really warm lighting I have, which is why I was trying to use the sort of like fluorescent lighting that I have here. But still, the Damascus is pretty dark in general. But man, this knife is absolutely stunning. Man. And it's a frame lock, of course. For I don't know if I pointed I don't think I pointed that out. But this is a frame lock. Frame lock flipper tab. It's got a pretty aggressive frame lockout. I don't know if you can see how deep the frame lockout is. Let me see if I can, how close I can get there. There we go. It's a pretty deep frame lockout. It's got a fair amount of resistance as well. And to open it, you definitely have to apply some pressure with the flipper tab to get it to pop out. But that is just a stunning knife. Yeah, man. I'll be honest, I'm a little sad that I'm gonna sell this thing, but man, that is a treat. That is an absolute treat to just be able to hold something like this and to admire the craftsmanship. That is so very cool. Man. Oh man, that is fantastic. Oh. That is so nice. I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's not often I pick up high value knives to sell. It's sort of a treat. owning the small business that I have. Let me turn this off now. It's a treat for me. And every once in a while I decide, yeah, you know what, let's pick something up that's a little different. I have a goal to eventually be able to stock like Medford, and to be able to stock like SE and some other like really nice high-end brands. But to have something like this and to just that's, man, it just so cool to be able to do this and to be able to share this with you guys. Like I fell into, like, to give you guys some backstory, I fell into like this whole thing like accidentally. I was originally selling on eBay. I fell into Whatnot. That's where I sell currently, working on building a website, or also working on selling just outside in general, where you can buy stuff through our Instagram. If you're interested, just reach out and message us. So yeah, I was selling through eBay. I found Whatnot. I was buying inventory through Whatnot, and I was like, you know, I kind of need a new pocket knife, and I kind of stumbled upon Whatnot knife sellers, and it kind of just went from there. And I got really addicted to collecting knives, and then I realized that I just, you know, eBay, at least doing what I was doing on eBay, wasn't really working out. And so I had a whole bunch of these knives that I had bought, and not that I didn't like them, but I was like, you know, I had bought a bunch of these extras to try and sell, and I was like, okay, well, I can't really sell them through eBay, so I'll try and sell them through other means. And I just couldn't move them, and I sat on them for probably like 6 months, 8 months, something like that. And finally I was like, you know what, all right, we'll try Whatnot, because what happened was Whatnot kept sending me these offers for, I don't know if they still do this. If someone uses Whatnot a lot as a buyer, let me know, if you want to. But I was buying so much on Whatnot that Whatnot kept sending me these offers. It was like, you're a great buyer, why don't you try selling? And I was like, whatever. Like, I just like using the platform to buy, because I was buying comics for my comic collection, I was buying Funko Pops, and then I was buying inventory for selling on eBay. But then eBay started to slow down, and I was getting a little concerned over that, and obviously I was collecting knives at this point. And I was like, all right, well, I have all these knives. I have some that I bought that I was trying to sell, and then some I have my knife collection, so I'll just sell it. So I sold all these knives, sold out of almost all the knives in like one show. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just sell my knife collection, and then I'll start buying knife inventory, and we'll see where this goes. And that's what kind of kicked it all off for me. And I really appreciate the utilitarian aspect of knives, but I also really appreciate, hiccup to a burp, or not hiccup to a burp. I really appreciate the utilitarian aspect of knives, as they're just tools. Obviously they can be weapons, but I look at them as tools, and also I look at them as a piece of artistry. And me being an artist, and I was a 2D illustrator for 10 years. That was also something I did before I got into any of this. It allows me to sort of channel that aspect of my past into this, because I mean, I do custom knife work as well, besides just selling these, you know, wonderful items from these brands that I have the pleasure of buying from and working with. And I'd love to expand that and, you know, expand my network, but all in due time. But yeah, like this, I don't take any of this for granted. I really appreciate all the love and support I get, and being able to get something like this once in a while and sharing it with you guys, and, you know, making someone's day, someone finding that grail knife. And if this is that grail knife for somebody in the future, then I'm happy to be the person that they get, that provides it to them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will be sure to share more fantastic EDCs and obviously opinions and stuff. I plan on sharing more of the creative side of what I'm working on, knife projects and whatnot. I'm just waiting on a GoPro to show up. I bought one, so it's taking its sweet time to get here, and we'll figure that out from there. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Stay hydrated, eat some good food, and be kind to others. And I'll see you guys in the next one.